What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. So last week, the music studio as well as the radio station of a popular Nigerian musician, Yinka Ayefele, was demolished by the Oyo State government. Now, the first red flag was demolishing the studio at 6 a.m. so that people won't be there to stop them. I'm like, okay, 6 a.m. when you have to sneak out while it is still dark to do something, you must be an enemy of progress. And then we heard that the governor denied being behind it, which was why I was really shocked when I heard him saying this.
ọkùnrin yẹn kò bí òfin náà àwọn á sọ pé torí pẹ́sẹ̀ ń dùn lórí so tẹ́sẹ̀ bá ń dùn yàn kó máa rúfin wọn ló gba àwọn èèyàn síṣẹ́ so ṣé àwọn olè ò gba èèyàn síṣẹ́.
Father Lord man, damn, this man doesn't kill.
ṣé ká ní kó lè nítorí pé wọ́n láwọn ọmọọṣẹ́ wọ́n máa jalè lọ.
You see how Nigerian politicians talk. Father, they talk as if they are God. Okay, let's rewind back because some people are saying maybe Ayefele didn't have his papers. This is Ajimobi in the same studio in 2016.
Ìgbà tá a dìbò àkọ́kọ́ tá a wọlé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló wá bá mi pé ilé ibi tẹ́ ẹ wà pé kí n wò pé torí brother mi Ayefele kò ṣe tiwa.
Oh, so some people told you to demolish the. It was some people. It wasn't you, of course. But it wasn't because he violated any law. It's because he wasn't supporting you.
Pé ó dẹ̀ máa ń kọrin bú wa. A máa ní ẹ má fàdàbà wé tó lo. Orí ọ̀rọ̀ lásán ni.
Oh, he abused you with songs. You mean he was pointing out atrocities in your government? Continue.
But mo wá wò pé kí la fẹ́ wò fún. Tí ò bá ṣe tiwa náà ẹni tí ò ṣe tiwa lánàá lè ṣe lénìí náà.
Father Lord Almighty.
Mo wá dúpẹ́ pé mi ò wó oúnjẹ náà lọ́hùn.
Wow.
Inú mi dùn gan láti wá bí and Ọlọ́run lọ́jọ́ èní yóò jẹ́ kí iléeṣẹ́ máa ròkè. Àmín. Bí mo ṣe wọlé gbogbo studio yín without any equivocation is the best studio I've seen in
Dang, did he just say that was the best studio in Oyo State? You see, he didn't say that they urged him to demolish the building because Ayefele didn't have his papers at that time. And he didn't say that he violated any law. I wonder what has changed in the last 2 years. This is so unfortunate. This is a man that worked his way up with his talent despite his disability. You know how the Nigerian government is when it comes to people with disability. They hardly give them any support. But this guy has worked his way up and this is how you treat him. For real, why not take him to court if he broke the law? And then I heard that they met to reconcile and the governor set up a reconciliation committee. I'm like, okay, I don't get it. What's that supposed to mean? With some obas, some chiefs, some community leaders? I don't know. You see, okay, so I want to know what you guys think about him going to meet with the governor, them trying to reconcile, him setting up a committee. Also, I heard that he has moved his radio station to Adeola in Ogun State. And by the way, was I the only one noticing people standing in a half demolished building? You know that the structure has been weakened, right? That thing can collapse at any time. But these are my people. And you're not bad. Anyway, you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Uganda, how can one person be so wicked? And why is his wife not telling him the truth? This is what I don't understand. I don't understand a lot of these African first ladies. So you refuse to step down for 5 different elections, Museveni. And as if 32 years is not enough, you changed the constitution to remove the age limit. The man is 74 years old. The age limit was 75 until he changed it. Now he can run in the coming election. Do we have age limits in Nigeria? Yeah, we don't. Okay, so we may need to start thinking about that because in different parts of Africa, actually, especially the way some African leaders will get there and they don't want to leave. 32 years, isn't that enough? And he's not doing well. Can you imagine? Now, to top it all, the man arrested popular musician Robert Kyagulanyi, who's also known as Bobi Wine. Bobi is 36 years old, which means Bobi was 4 years old when Museveni became president. That is the only president he has ever known in his life. Now, Bobi recently became a member of parliament. Thank you, Jesus. I like when people that have influence get into politics so that they can make a change, hopefully. And you know, the man has been giving Museveni lots of headache. He was very vocal when they tried to change the age limit.
The people of Uganda made this constitution. People are saying they will not touch our constitution. I want you to know that one man is trying to influence this parliament so we can do what he wants. At least we can summon our minds and decide and think about the future of our country.
You see, we need more people like Bobi. Yes, even in Nigeria, Benny, he's also been saying it publicly that Museveni should resign. Like at this event where Museveni was, they were talking about Nelson Mandela and kept saying Mandela only did 1 term and he stepped down.
We are looking at a leader who, after suffering in jail for 27 years,
still did not have a sense of entitlement. He's a leader who became president and served only one term.
Tell him, my brother.
It was not about himself, but the nation, and indeed he stepped down from the office of presidency and gave chance.
What I love the most is the fact that the man kept thinking about the situation of things in Uganda even after he became a lawmaker.
This is a message to the government, expressing what's exactly on the people's mind. We are fighting for freedom. I say what is massacre when they meet now. We are fighting for freedom.
Thank you, Jare Bobby. Nigerian celebrities, what are you guys doing?
We are living in a time similar to the one of slave trade. This operation is what's done apartheid. The gun is the master, citizen slave. The ball of Africa is bleeding. Question, what is the purpose of the constitution when the government disrespect the constitution?
Gaskiana, everything is bomb in Nigeria. What is wrong with you? You didn't have to play that. Flavor. I like your songs and the guy is good. But once in a while, can you sing about what is happening in Nigeria? Everything are bomb, shaky body. Honestly, if Don Jazzy, Tiwa Savage, Wizkid and Davido are singing about electricity in Nigeria, the roads that are bad, lack of employment, poor state of the hospitals in Nigeria, things would have changed by now. Don't you know politicians are afraid of these people? Because they are known worldwide. They are afraid of them. But some of them, they collect money from the politicians, so it's kind of hard to abuse somebody when you collect money from them. My people, please, once in a while, think about the situation of things in Nigeria. Okay, so what was I saying? Yes, Bobi Wine. My brother, I do well. I admire somebody like this. So the man recently led a protest against paying taxes to use social media. Can you imagine how ridiculous that is? Museveni wanted people to be paying taxes to use Facebook. The irony is he made that announcement on Facebook. Museveni made the announcement on Facebook. He didn't pay taxes to make that announcement.
We are sending a message to the president of Uganda. We are telling him we are not his slaves. This is our country. We are young people.
Man, did you guys hear him telling the police that he's fighting for them as well and their children?
We are fighting for you. We are fighting for your children. We are fighting for your people in the village. This is not a war between me and you.
Father Lord, I don't know what it is with some African policemen and soldiers. Why now that some of you don't think? It's not all of you, but some of you. So you just have to say yes to dictators. We don't know what it is. We are praying for you, because you need a touch of God. So they arrested Bobby. They even shot and killed his driver. Can you imagine? And then after they tortured him for days at a military prison, not even civilian prison, they said that, he had weapons and he attacked the president, Mutokade. I was like, wow. Like, everybody was like, yeah, like that's a lie.
You beat up someone at the point of death and then you come and say we found them with weapons. How do you expect anybody to believe in the evidence that you have collected if you don't even have the professional discipline to arrest and not beat up?
So people started saying the man needs medical treatment. Can you guess what the president said? Can you imagine? So that was how the whole of Uganda started protesting that they should release the man.
Freedom comes with a lot of price that we must all pay. Free Bobi Wine and free Uganda. Free Bobi Wine, Mr. Man, free.
We are fighting for freedom. We are fighting for freedom.
Ugandans at home and abroad are protesting. You see the hashtag on Twitter, Free Bobi Wine.
We are fighting for freedom.
Musicians in different parts of the world are speaking out.
Free Bobi Wine, let the light of freedom shine. You can kill the music, but you can't confine the mind.
Even Kenyans, they've been protesting left and right for the people of Uganda.
Free Bobi Wine! Free Bobi Wine! Free Bobi Wine! This is now the call
for the freedom of the people of Uganda.
So because of this international pressure, they released him. They released the guy, and everybody started jubilating left and right. But can you believe that within minutes, they arrested him? They arrested him again. I said, people, you released the guy and then you arrested him again the same day. Is somebody following Museveni from his village? By the way, they've arrested him a number of times. So even after he became a lawmaker, they've arrested him a number of times. They always say that he's inciting the public. But really, the truth is they are afraid of this guy. They are afraid of him.
This is time, I think, all Ugandans must simply say enough is enough. Even the Bible and all religious books say that faith without action is dead.
Wow. Okay, you guys know who that is, right? Opposition leader Besigye, the man that has run against Museveni 3 different times, and they've jailed him too many times for us to even count. So the man said he wanted to attend Bobi's trial. That was how they arrested him as well. So now you can't say anything, they just arrest you like that. My Ugandan people, you know, there are times that it's okay to be angry. You can afford to allow somebody that you elected to continue to treat you like this. I know you've been protesting, but you cannot give up. He believes that nothing would happen to him. That's why he's done it for the last 32 years. Dang, 32 years. You guys have tried to no, the devil said that not 10, not 20, 30 years under one man. Now what you they look? Ugandans, you cannot continue to look like this, and you cannot afford to let him silence Bobi Wine, because if he can silence Bobi, he will be able to silence many other people. You guys not doing much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So still on Uganda, I'm sure you guys have seen this video of the so-called missionary, the American man that attacked hotel attendants in Uganda.
Security, hello. You hate Jesus? You hate yourself? You hate me? You disgrace Jesus? Come on, bitch. Yeah, feel me. Fuck Uganda.
Ooh, dang. Can you imagine? Some people said that he was drunk. I don't care. All these things that he said must have been deep down inside him. They didn't just come from nowhere. You know the irony? He was still preaching while harassing the man.
You come up to the Lord Jesus Christ. You fuckers, look at Christ who died for you. I've come to help Uganda, but Uganda hates Jesus through this son of a bitch.
Please. No, don't beg me.
No, you obey what I say. I don't obey you. Nigger bitch. In the name of Jesus Christ, Uganda has come under our condemnation. You fucking repent or you fucking die.
Did he just check? Don't beg me. Now this is the one that I'm still trying to process, because when they arrested the white guy, they put him inside the car, and then the guy that he assaulted, they put that one in the back. Africa. Why do we take crap like this? It's not my Ugandan people. Why now? Of course, I know he doesn't represent all Americans, and I know he doesn't represent all missionaries, but you know there are times that you have to be outraged so that things like this will not continue. Let me know what you guys think. You know, you guys don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Ethiopia. Dear Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Why am I even writing the letter? Let me just talk. Dear Prime Minister, for real, Mr. Prime Minister, you cannot say that you've not seen how airport officials treated Muslim pilgrims that were going to Hajj on Ethiopian Airline. Don't get me wrong, I like Ethiopian Airline. I've flown Ethiopian Airline, but you know, that doesn't mean that we should not address blatant discrimination when we see it. This is wrong. A business should not be discriminating against passengers based on their religion. And you know what? If this were Christian pilgrims that were treated like this, the whole world would be shouting. These people's flight to Hajj was at 3 p.m. They told people to come early. Those people got there 5 hours before the flight. Some of them got there 10 a.m. And after they checked in their luggage, they said to them that the flight has been moved to 6 p.m. They didn't give them any food, nothing. They told them to go and sit outside. They provided a tent for them, but some of them were drenched by the rain because there were many of them. And then at 6 p.m., they told them that their flight had been moved to 11 p.m. And they still didn't give them food. The whole day, they didn't give them food. They've already spent 13 hours at the airport. And then at 11 p.m., they said to them, well, your flight is now 5 a.m. Not only did you not give them food, you refused to lodge them in a hotel. People were sleeping at the airport. There were so many elderly people among them. Some of them had trouble walking. They had to be helping them from point A to point B. And then there was someone that was visually impaired among these people. No hotel, nothing. They slept at the airport. As you will see in this video, this woman was really upset. This is not flight. It's not fair. And then at 5 a.m., you told them their flight is delayed again by another 1 hour. They ended up spending 20 hours at the airport. The whole time, other passengers were boarding their flights, except those going to Hajj. And you know the sad thing? I found out that this happens every single year. When people are going to Hajj, they discriminate against them. Their prime minister, please get the airline to do the right thing by Muslim pilgrims. This was not a free flight. They paid for their flight and then they were treated like this after paying for their flight. No, the devil is a liar. Shame on Ethiopian Airline has been trending out for days. But instead of addressing the issue, the airline is blocking people on Twitter. I was like, no, are you serious? These are your customers. You're blocking people. That is so childish. Passengers deserve better, regardless of their religion or ethnicity or background. Hopefully the airline will apologize and do right by these people. You guys don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Zimbabwe, and I really apologize that this is coming late. I know you guys are very upset with me. Please, no vex. But you know, we were so disappointed to see the so-called new administration is actually worse than Mugabe's regime. Why now? Zimbabwe. First of all, there are several reports that the ruling party allegedly rigged this election. You know, in many rural areas of Zimbabwe, the ruling party had agents that were writing down people's names, you know, the names of voters and who they voted for, so that they would know who to give food, who to give money, and who to attack.
This man is camped outside a polling station, writing down the names of everyone coming to vote. It's an old strategy that could mean food and fertilizer for those on his list, or retribution for those who are not.
Hey!
When confronted, he shows us his list and quickly starts to explain that he's part of a larger group, mobilized by the ruling party, spread across multiple villages.
Okay,
Can you imagine?
That's vote buying.
Police and election officials watch.
So this is the complaint.
They don't try to stop him, but they ask us to stop shooting.
You know, I thought it's only in Nigeria that they do this. But you didn't stop there. You had soldiers harassing and shooting at people because they were protesting.
I've seen the soldiers. People are being beaten by the soldiers. Some of our guys have been killed.
This was supposed to be the moment that proved that Zimbabwe was moving on from its oppressive past, with soldiers opening fire on protesters and leaving at least 3 people dead.
Look at that. Wow. So it's becoming a trend now in Africa that we'll see a dictator step down or forced to step down. We would celebrate, and then the person that takes over does worse. Why? You know, the only African country where things are changing positively right now that I know of is Ethiopia. For real though, no one is surprised by what Naganga is doing, because remember that he was part of Mugabe's government for 40 years. He was allegedly the one doing all Mugabe's dirty jobs, which is why they call him the crocodile. Another trend that I'm noticing is a lot of young people are trying to rise up to power in Africa, but these older men, old enough to be their fathers, are trying to crush them down by all means. I mean, look at the 35-year-old lady in Rwanda, Diane. The woman is still in prison because she tried to run against Kagame. Going back to Zimbabwe, the 40-year-old opposition candidate challenged the result of the election.
We are not accepting fake results. We will pursue all means necessary, legal and constitutional, to make sure that we protect the people's vote.
But of course, the court sided with the president.
Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa is duly declared the winner of the presidential elections.
And he controls the army. I want to know what you guys think about what's happening in Zimbabwe. You guys don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So did you guys hear that 112 IPOB women who were protesting the whereabouts of Nnamdi Kanu were arrested by the Nigerian police in Imo State? But not only were they arrested, they refused bail for these women, and they kept these women for a whole week. This is absolutely wrong. There is absolutely no reason to arrest peaceful protesters. We have a lot of things going on right now in Nigeria that should keep the government busy, not arresting peaceful protesters. It doesn't matter whether you agree with Biafrans or whether you like them or not. Arresting these women is a violation of human rights, and then detaining them for a whole week, that is absolutely wrong. We're talking about women. Are the police now afraid of women? Especially when no one is going after the herdsmen that are killing people. No one is going after the herdsmen, but you're going after protesters. It's a democratic country, so people should be free to protest whatever they want. So I'm so happy that these women have been released, but there is absolutely no reason to arrest them for a peaceful protest. guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So last week we lost Kofi Annan, the first African Secretary General of the United Nations, the son of Ghana, the son of Africa, the son of the world. He was 80 years old. He was survived by his wife and 3 children. And I just want to share one of my favorite of his quotes, and that is, we may have different religions, different languages, different colored skin, but we all belong to one human race. I'd like to know your favorite of his many quotes in the comment below. May his soul continue to rest in peace. You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So before I sign out, if you live in the DC area, next Saturday, September 1st, I will be speaking at the 17th Annual Convention of Nigerians in the Diaspora at the Sheraton Premier Hotel. I'll be speaking at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So come on out and let's have a great time together. Be sure to register on their website, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Alright y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please make sure that you do that. Until next week, I will see you all later. Peace out.